All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Moose, and we are here. We're going to be conducting another replay. A challenger level player is going to be at it here in this one. Should be a fun time. And again, if you guys do enjoy the content, please feel free to like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitter for any more updates on when and where I will be shoutcasting, whether it be live or more MooseCasts like this. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. 12.4 is underway. Super excited to see, the big changes that are coming in, especially in, very high level play. And let's go ahead and get started. We've got Reed John 316 coming in as the set. Nuno 1, the player that allowed me to keep me as a friend and gives me the opportunity to just get right into these games without having to deal with, trying to get into it a couple minutes later or anything like that. Is going to be playing as the Gragas in the jungle. China Yasuo God playing as the Yasuo naturally. And then Tom Tomato 52 as the Jin with 6'5" JG. Again, 6'5" jungle playing as the Alistair in the river right now. Not quite playing the jungle role, but hey, still pretty fun. Iron Tissue playing as the Camille over for the Bramblebacks. Griffin as the Gwen jungle with Ghost Smite. Poe playing as the Kled in the mid lane to go up against China Yasuo God. Wider Consumer as the Xayah. And then Jacriagog, like synagogue, but Jacriagog. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. That one's stumped me. But we're gonna go with Jacriagog or Jacriagog playing as the Braum in the bot lane. So as we get into it, a couple of things to note here. We do get to see some of the updated buffs to Set. I think he got a lot of love in 12.14, and so he will probably be seen a lot more, extra health, extra, just sustain in lane because he has that extra health. And on top of that, you also get to see the Xayah, who was also given a little bit of an improvement in the last patch. Being able to get the extra critical strike damage on her E is going to make her, I think, a more viable mid lane or mid game threat. As she scales up, she's going to be really, really strong. That damage is good. Speaking of damage, we got John 316 being a little bit scared, I think, at less than 100 HP now here as this set. Just trying to be able to push out the Camille. Knows that he has, enough HP to potentially be able to survive for the time being. And will be A-okay. Has the Dorn Blade. First Blood, however, going to go toward Poe as the Kled in the mid lane. Missed that play. But going to be up against China Yasuo God and is able to pick up both Summoner spells and the kill. Meanwhile, on the top side of the rift, Iron Tissue actually going to fall short over to the Set, who got traded out really quickly there in the earlier scuffle, but is still alive and now in a really good spot against the Camille. Still has a Doran's Blade, is able to push out this lane, and will be looking to potentially, go back with a pretty nice buy and really disrupt the power of this Camille in lane. And I mean, that's like the big thing there is you get that first back, you force the early teleport out of Iron Tissue, which is going to disrupt, what items she's going to have. Poe in trouble, though, is going to fall to China Yasuo, or is going to get the kill onto China Yasuo God, and now maybe looking to be able to get a second kill onto 6'5" jungle, but cannot. I know one able to pick up the kill there. Assist going to go over to Tommy Tomato as well, as he's able to pick up the Deadly Flourish. So like I was saying, I mean, when you die early on, it disrupts your item builds, right? It makes it a little bit more difficult for you to actually, stay in these higher competitive lanes. And if you take a look at it, China Yasuo got 0, 2, and 1, has gone back to the fountain twice because of death. He's coming back with a refillable potion comparatively to Poe, who has an Iron Spike whip. That's an extra, what is that? An extra 20 AD. 30 AD on top of, just the already early-ish game power that Poe brings to the table by being able to get Scarl back. Like, that's a lot of damage here in the early stages of the game. That 30 AD could be the difference between, getting a lot of damage onto the Yasuo and getting him out of lane in these earlier stages. So, really important that you're able to get that. And unfortunately for China Yasuo God, he wasn't able to get anything out of his two backs and is going to be in a really tough spot here in this lane. You can see he's really pushed forward. He's really nervous about what what Poe is able to do here, and has to respect the fact that he is pretty behind tempo wise in the lane so far. Speaking of that as well, with the extra kill there for Region 316, he's able to save his teleport and is able to pick up an extra longsword. Gets ganked thanks to Griffin, but Iron Tissue not going to be able to go in for this dive. They've decided to just push out the lane a little bit, and they're going to be able to pick up at least, the gank, a little bit of pressure onto the set, but not quite enough to make him feel too scared, as Poe takes another kill against China Yasuo God. Nino 1's going to be able to run away. Does not get hit by the stun with the concussive blows. And unfortunately for the Sentinels, we got a 0-3 Yasuo, 5.5 minutes into the game. Maybe trying to go for that O10 power spike here. But, given that this is, challenger players, grandmaster players, maybe I think a master player in here as well. I didn't actually check the stats, but I do know that there are challenger players within this queue. When you fall behind like this, it definitely does not bode well for the team, and unfortunately for the Sentinels, the Bramblebacks are going to be, benefiting from a now 3-1-0 Kled, really pushing forward against this Yasuo, who's kept up in CS, but not with gold, and is behind by about 1,000 here at the 6-minute mark. Another back can be pretty successful. The back for China Yasuo God was boots and a dagger. Meanwhile, Poe was able to pick up a Caulfield's Warhammer. Region 16 is going to be able to get the kill onto Iron Tissue, though, and is now 2-0-0 against this Camille. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, okay, Decryagog's going to fall thanks to a kill there for Tommy Tomato. And yeah, some back and forth battling. You're definitely worried about the 0-3-1 Yasuo, but I mean, anytime that you can get kills onto Tommy Tomato or some, that's going to be pretty good. Exhaust getting used by Tommy Tomato, who's going to try to be able to survive this one, but he cannot. Nice tower plays there coming in from Wider Consumer and Griffin as they pick up the kill in the bot lane. And meanwhile, in the top lane, Poe's going to use charge to pick up the kill against John 316. He's going to go back, picking up a couple of items to go towards what appears to be an immortal shield bow with the vampiric scepter and the pickaxe. We'll see if he actually decides to go for that. And this game continues to remain high octane as China Yasuo God's able to pick up Griffin in the bottom lane. Didn't have Ghost, didn't have a ways to escape, and so China Yasuo God, using that last breath, will be able to pick up the kill and is in a lead in CS wide, 11 CS in the lead against Bohi. He's not going to be anywhere close to being able to get into, an even CS or an even gold lead with the Kled. He's still in the lead by about 800 gold. But the fact that he is able to at least pick up some damage, some gold, some power there is definitely a good sign. And we'll be able to get out of the bot lane just fine. Want to applaud the rotation there from Tommy Tomato and 6'5" jungle. They know that they know that China Yasuo God is bot lane. Nice deadly flourish. Trying to be able to get the kill into Cryogog, but it might actually work out in the favor of the Bramblebacks as Wider Consumer is able to pick up that kill. But I wanted to shout out that, the rotation to the mid lane, they knew that China Yasuo God was bot side, and they're going to be able to pick up that CS, actually push out the wave, make it really good there. Griffin's going to fall to a one and to Region 316 along with Iron Tissue. And so we've got 15 kills, 8.5 minutes into the game. I am like not keeping up with all the plays that have been happening right now, but this is a really bloody affair here within the first 9 minutes. Several kills, everyone except for the Alistair and the Camille are on the board. Pohi, though, going to get hit by last breath and will get shut down. The gold actually going over to China Yasuo God 2 is pretty big. He was able to pick up the Zeal in his last back, so he does have that extra early game power of the Zeal to, give him that extra attack speed, that extra critical strike chance. They were talking about that in competitive play, that, the Zeal does have some really nice stats in the early game and will give the player that has it, a significant advantage. You're seeing, Trendemir's pick up the early Zeal because of the stats and the extra, power that it provides. And it's definitely, I think, something to consider. A reason why, we see players pick up the early Zeal. Like, it was the first item there. Because we do get a little play. Decryagog's trying to get a lot of damage in. Nice explosive cast from Nuno1. And they're able to make it a 1-for-1 play. Support for support will fall. Tommy Tomato, though, dealing a lot of damage to Griffin. And Nuno1's feeling comfortable about it. Goes for the Predator. Does decide to back off instead. He sees that Pohi coming in with the charge. Decides to go away. But now potentially in trouble here. Gonna go golden. Beautiful golden there to be able to survive. And now Tommy Tomato could potentially go in against Pohi. But instead, going to back off. Griffin's going to try to pick up the kill against a Uno-1 using Ghost, trying to pop it, going to get caught airborne. That's a save. 6 foot, 5 foot jungle using every single inch of his arsenal to be able to pick up the assist there. Really, really nicely done for the Alistair. Keeps a Uno-1 surviving and gives the Sentinels an extra kill. They're in the lead by almost 3,000 gold. Moving into the 11-minute mark. No dragons being taken yet. And the Yasuo has been able to come back into this game. The Poe going in for those plays. Bot side and mid lane falling short. First, the shutdown for China Yasuo God. And then falling to the extra, or not falling to the extra play, but, just being able to die, or not be able to get CS and not be able to be super impactful means that they're going to be able to pick up, an even gold lead now for the Yasuo. As Region 16... unable to survive there, does end up getting killed by Griffin, but almost making the 2-for-1 in his favor. All right, so because it's been such a high gold game, I would say, a lot of kills, a lot of gold bringing to that, going to mean that there are a couple of mythic items now online. Poe's going to get hit by the body slam, last breath used, and now China Yasuo got trying to be able to escape the explosive cast to try to disrupt. Wider Consumer trying to survive. What a snipe from Tommy Tomato as they pick up the kill onto the Xayah, and that initiates the play once again. Decryagog being able to stand united with Pohi will be able to keep him alive, but that is a big kill for Tommy Tomato. He's now 3-1-2, and he disrupts the CSing and the power of the Xayah for a little while longer. Just keeping her off the map means that she doesn't get experience, she doesn't get gold, and she's going to be now even further behind this Jhin, who's now, in the lead gold-wise, 3-1-2, but has a little bit of I think like 100-ish gold advantage. Now a little bit more because he was able to pick up that turret plate. And that's going to be pretty massive there for this Jhin, going to be feeling really comfortable to go up against the Xayah for the time being. Was, I think, pretty happy that he was able to pick up that snipe onto Wider Consumer. Was definitely not guaranteed, but he was able to find it. He was able to pick it up, and it does deny the dragon take from the Bramblebacks and give that gold over to the Jhin. Definitely a good play there. All right, so I don't know if this is something that players normally do, or if this is just something that they feel is the right call. But Tommy Tomato has made the decision to go for the plated steel caps. Let's see if it's successful here in keeping him alive. He's going to get stunned out, and that is a shutdown. Wider Consumer picking up that kill in the 2v1 dive with his support in the top lane, picking up the Rift Herald. He is all alone and gets dove upon the Braum with enough resistances. And actually at the stopwatch as well is going to be just fine to be able to survive that one. The true damage from the set is pretty big, but it's not quite enough to pick up the kill against Iron Tissue. And now you got 6 foot, 5 foot, or 5-inch jungle trying to be able to get away, but cannot. Griffin's going to be able to pick up the double kill there. Unfortunately, well, they got the Rift Herald. They are going to lose a little bit of that gold power that they got because they gave 2 kills over to the Bramblebacks. They will be able to get a nice headbutt here in the mid lane. Will they be able to pick up the actual tower? The answer is not quite yet. The Cryogog is in trouble. Last breath used at the explosive cast. And this Rift Herald is just wailing away at the tower. Can't quite pick up the kill. Poe's going to be able to get Scarl back. So they're able to at least make it a 1-for-1 play. Trading up there for the Bramblebacks as well because it's support for mid. Then they also are able to deny the tower getting taken. So pretty good situation there for the Bramblebacks. Poe, though, is in trouble. Gonna get stunned right into the tower. This Alistair is cracked. Oh my goodness. Love what I'm seeing there. They don't pick up the kill onto Poe, though. Maybe they get it. Nice use of the Gore Drinker there. Kled is trying to be able to do what he can. He's going to be able to survive the Deadly Flourish, but can they get the use of the Curtain Call? Nope. Cryogog is able to keep him alive. And nice protection there. He's able to survive. Great use of the Gore Drinker to be able to get that extra HP. They can't stop the Flowing Tide. Tommy Tomato will be able to pick up the tower in the mid lane. All right, tower's going to get taken bot side. We've got a 0, 4, and 3 Camille. Iron Tissue is maybe living up to the hype a little bit there. 6.5-inch jungle, though, using Unbreakable will be able to stay alive, avoiding the feathers. So nicely done to be able to at least dodge that. Wider Consumer is going to get hit by the tornado. Last breath gets used, and that is China Yasuo God picking up the kill on 2. Wider Consumer. But now can he get out of it, though? Charge is going to get used. He's going to try to dash backwards. Oh, he doesn't get the shield in time, and so he'll have to back off. Almost a good play, though, from the Yasuo. Almost a really good escape, but not quite enough to be able to get that on right now. 3, 6, and 2 right now for China Yasuo God. Or 5, 6, and 2. Yeah, I think I said that. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm falling apart here. Buddy now has that Immortal Shield Bow. We've also got the Blade of the Ruin King actually picked up first item for Region 316. So still has that pickaxe to be able to build into maybe a Noon Quiver item. But uses that Vampiric Scepter to get that work. And now will, be able to use the power of the Bork, the extra movement speed, the extra, not the extra movement speed, the extra attack speed, the extra health damage that's on it to potentially be able to continue to be a split pushing menace, or just continue to be a menace in general. The set is way in the lead against the Camille, over 2,600 gold right now, so definitely a shut down and really not let Iron Tissue come online. Pretty large. We're also getting pretty much a full AP build coming in from an Uno 1, as we get to see the Night Harvester and the Hourglass get picked up there for the Gragas. He's also got the Predator Boots, so we'll be able to use those to potentially get into a good position here, and he's going to try to find something against a Cryogog and a Wider Consumer. Gonna get hit by the root. Cryogog is the one that's in trouble. He will use Hourglass. Going to try to get away, but no, the damage is going to be enough from the explosive cask. China Yasuo God's going to get shut down in the bot lane, but going to end up being a 1-for-1 mid for mid across the rift, along with the support falling. So a little bit of an advantage over to the side of the Sentinels for the time being. We've got 2 minutes remaining until the second Drake of the game spawns. That's going to be a very late soul for either team if they are able to get it. The Bramblebacks at the earliest would get it at 30 minutes if they pick up the second Drake. Iron Tissue is going to get hit by the hook shot and won't be able to escape that one. Poe is now in a 1v4 situation. Uses the Gore Drinker to get that extra HP. Scarl stays with Kled, but now looking to maybe go back into it. There are some extra regens coming in from Kled here to maybe give Scarl a little bit more time. But instead, we're just going to see the play back off. And we've got ourselves a fairly fun game. I would say a really fun game here because we have so many kills. There's just a lot that's going on the Rift right now. 18-16. There's a 2.6k gold lead for the Sentinels right now, but it's a little bit negligible. We get to see maybe some of this mid-game power for Wider Consumer. He has maxed out E first, so is going to be able to get that extra critical strike damage, that massive that not massive buff, but it is a lot of critical strike damage with those feathers if they do land. And so that's going to be something that we want to look into to see, maybe if the nice Feather Storm comes through, if they're able to pick up the kills onto the opponents with the roots, or with the E, I should say. The Blade Caller to come back. We'll see if they are able to actually be able to use that really effectively here. Griffin's unstoppable, though. 6, 3, and 1 has 2 items, along with the 10-stack Dark Seal. That's a big concern for the Sentinels, because we've hit, 2-item power spike for this farming Gwen is 42 CS in the lead, and gold-wise is still up by about 1,600 gold, despite the 304 stat line for Anuno 1. So, despite, really good plays from this Gragas, it's still the Gwen that is kind of running the show right now. It has the potential for the spike, has the potential for the play there. And now they're looking to potentially go in for the flank. Region 316 does use the teleport. Nice knock up from 6'5" Jungle, trying to be able to maybe pick up the kill here. Using the curtain call, but we'll back off. Now we get maybe Anuno 1 coming through. A big fight coming in. Whoever wins this fight can potentially pick up the dragon, but it's Anuno 1 getting shut down. Showstopper getting used. The true damage is coming in. Water Consumer's the one that's a target for it. And it's a double kill for Griffin. As charge comes through, Tommy Tomato's going to flash. Uses Gale Force. Going to try to be able to escape. Iron Tissue still with Hextech Ultimatum is coming through. And China Yasuo God is now on the way. Iron Tissue, though, cannot get the kill onto Tommy Tomato and will just die for no reason. And will end up just, not being able to do much there. 0-7 and 6 Camille is not having a fun time this game. I don't know if there's really a chance that she could even lose gracefully at this point. They were talking they, as in the LCS and the Academy Chowcasters, talk about when you're losing lane, try to lose gracefully, try not to give kills over to your opponent, right? Iron Tissue's 0-7 and 6, they are over a third of the kills that the Sentinels have gotten, a third of the deaths that the Bramblebacks have as well. So you're not necessarily super effective right now. And so when you make super big dives, maybe the expectation was that Griffin was going to follow up there and they'd be able to get the kill on Tommy Tomato, but Griffin thinks better of it. She has a 700 gold bounty. And, rather than picking up a 1 kill and maybe dying, Griffin just decides to back off. So it's a little bit of miscommunication back and forth between the top laner and the jungler. It is expected, but what's not expected is for Griffin as this Gwen to let off the gas anytime soon. Really, really strong right now, has a lot of power, and maybe we get to see it in action now. Region 316 with the Hull Breaker, going to do a lot of damage on a foe. He's going to flash away from the Haymaker. Will be able to go legendary once again as they pick up the kill onto the set. Bud will have to use flash on that play, though. I mean, would have preferred not to have died there, I think, for Region 316. He has the Hull Breaker, so he has the extra resistances. He has the extra side lane pressure, trying to hunt alone, as it were, but hasn't yet been able to crack an inner tower just yet. Griffin, however, that split pushing menace that the Gwen is, with the set gone, has 10 seconds just wail in on that bot lane tower and will be able to pick it up. We've got 6'5" jungler going to be a little bit in trouble. Uses Unbreakable Will, but now with charge getting used, the Alistar is kind of all alone here. Doesn't have flash, doesn't have a way to escape, but is going to headbutt to Cryogog back into the rift, trying to be able to survive. The Alistar survives the play with Griffin now dead. That shutdown goes over to China Yasuo. Oh god, Tommy Tomato's going to go on a killing spree, and one is going to be able to pick up a kill onto Wider Consumer. Nice displacement there from one. Last Breath getting used as well to be able to secure the kill onto Griffin. And on top of that, they're also then able to, shut down this Gwen that is so impactful in the Rift right now. Top lane tower going to get taken. Iron Tissue wasn't a part of that fight and will be able to at least pick up a tower in the top lane, but they sacrifice the Baron for it. Rift Arrow gets dropped. Doesn't actually pick up a kill or even a headbutt onto the tower as Iron Tissue tries to be able to do what he can. Gonna get slowed. Gonna be able to avoid the deadly flourish, but now trying to use hookshot. Gonna get stunned in. Hextech Ultimatum getting used. Can he pick up the kill? No, he cannot. No mana, no health, no problem. One being able to get the assist from Tommy Tomato will be able to pick up the kill against Iron Tissue, who's now 0-8 and 6. All right, so we got a Baron play now for another 2.5 minutes for the Sentinels. Now, they have split pushing power from Region 316 with the Hull Breaker. They've got, some really good wave clear from China Yasuo God, and Tommy Tomato just being that really backline artillery. Will we have some protection from his Alistar 6'5" jungle here. However, with that being said, now the really question is, what are they going to be able to do here with this Baron play in what is essentially at this point a 5v4? Iron Tissue really isn't going to be really impactful wherever they go. Hextech Ultimatum really not going to be too much of an impact either, considering that there is so many melee champions. Nice showstopper. Region 16 is going to fall, however, as Poe is going to fall as well, being able to pick up the first kill of the game. 6'5" jungle will be able to do. And Griffin is deciding to sack the base to try to pick up a tower, maybe in the top lane, but a one is there, potentially combat that one. Jungle for jungle. The Gragas not going to be able to stop the Gwen, but they will be able to stop the rest of the team on the Bramblebacks from being able to stop this inhibitor turret from being taken. Griffin, though, is extremely low, but finds the needlework. China Yasuo God going to be able to back off and will potentially be able to stop this inhibitor. No, they will not. Griffin, sticking to his guns, will be able to pick up the top lane inhibitor. That is a pretty big play there for the Bramblebacks, as they're able to deny just one inhibitor getting taken for free. Charge going to get used. Flash from Tommy Tomato, as we do get a teleport coming in from Region 316. They want to continue to keep the fight going. Got 40 seconds remaining until the inhibitor, or until the Baron is gone. But the next major objective is that dragon. And I don't think the Sentinels can go for it. And it does look like they are going to sack it. That's going to be sole point here for the Bramblebacks, as the Alistar falls. Griffin's on the way. They will be able to pick up the kill onto the dragon, and could be potentially a 32-minute Mountain Soul for the side of the Bramblebacks if they do pick up that last Drake. So, well, the Baron was successful enough in being able to pick up 1, 2, 3 turrets at an inhibitor. Griffin bouncing back and really retaliating for the aggression that was given from the Sentinels, and picks up a solo kill against one and 2 towers and the inhibitor on the top side. That's going to put so much gold in our pocket. 15,000 gold for Griffin and this Gwen. He was able to pick up that Rabadon's Death Cap now, along with the Demonic Embrace. So running the show, still really no answer yet, I think, from the side of the Sentinels. Like, you've got to be really, really like precision accurate to try to be able to pick up the kill onto Griffin, though. 6'5" jungle going to get the headbutt, though, but that doesn't matter. Wow, the Alistar is just getting pummeled right now, trying to be able to survive. Needlework gets used and will be able to pick up the kill against the Alistar, but that is big for the Sentinels as Griffin gets shut down. Curtain Call is going to get used to slow down to Cryogog, which will be enough, and it will be Tommy Tino picking up that kill thanks to the Curtain Call. Region 316 is coming up, but won't be able to survive. Poe's going to be on a killing spree as Iron Tissue gets hit by the Deadly Flourish. The root is going to land, but one does not have Explosive Cask in the 3v3, but China Yasuo God does have his Guardian Angel now. They decide to back off. It ends up being a 2-for-2 play. Top and support, or jungle and support. I would say that that's a bit of a trade-up here for the side of the Sentinels because of how powerful Griffin has become. Being able to get that shutdown is pretty big, and you're able to potentially deny any further progression for Griffin for the next 50 seconds, as she is as the Gwen, I should say, as they are no longer in contention to do anything while they're dead. So important for that, to say the least. Minute remaining until Baron spawns, and so we potentially get a little bit of a Baron dance here. Kind of take a look at some of the other items that have come online. Got Void Staff. We've got the Zoni's Hourglass and the Night Harvester for one on this Gragas. 5, 2, and 8. Gale Force now picked up for the set, as we do get the Explosive Cast used. Iron Tissue is going to try to move in with the charge from Poe, but the Glacial Fissure from Cryogog does not land. 6'5" jungle still has Unbreakable Will, or no, does not have Unbreakable will fall, and that is both the support and the top laner going down. Cryogog's gonna flash through. Gale Force used by Tommy Tomato to be able to back off, gonna get hit by the Deadly Flourish, but unfortunately for the Sentinels, they will lose 2 members in that play and could potentially find themselves behind the 8 ball, as Baron is going to be up in 14 seconds, and the Mountain Soul Point win condition for the Bramblebacks is available in the next 2. So, do we see the potential contest here? Teleport is about to be ready for the Region 316 when he does come back. Question is, can they get a play to happen here? Explosive Cast not quite ready yet. And let's see if they're going to be able to make it happen. 3,000 gold on the Baron, but it is going to be Griffin picking up Baron for the side of the Bramblebacks. Iron Tissue is going to be able to hook shot away. And now Tommy Tomato is going to be under assault from Wider Consumer as they're able to pick up the kill onto the Jin. 615 in jungle comes through. The teleport from Region 316 is going to be in, but it's going to be a double kill for the Xayah before they are able to pick up the showstopper there, or even the Haymaker. And that is a triple kill for Wider Consumer. Is it Water? Oh, no, it's Water Consumer. But I've been saying Wider Consumer. I'm just going to continue saying Wider Consumer. I'm sorry, Xayah. I apologize. But unfortunately for the Sentinels, and fortunately for you, it does look like this game is looking to be your guys' victory. Griffin going to get hit into the tower, but will be able to get away. Gragas is up in 11 seconds, but yeah, this is going to be GG. Congratulations to the Bramblebacks, those 2 kills against 615 inch jungle, and Region 316 being able to go into the Baron, and that Baron play not working, going to result in the win for the Bramblebacks. And with that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching. Really fun game. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.